Hi guys, welcome to the channel. My name is Niladri Mukherjee and I'm a regulated Canadian immigration consultant and I practice here in Guelph, Ontario. So the question of the day is, if I have got a visitor visa to Canada, will my study permit be approved or will my work permit be approved? This is an interesting question because what you have to understand is that in Canada, there is no such visa called visit visa. All the temporary resident visas, for example, student, worker, visitor, are being categorized as TRV or temporary resident visa. Visitor is obviously one of the subcategories of that. But all the temporary resident visas have one parameter in common, which you have to satisfy at the time you make an application or at the time your application is being approved, if you will. And that parameter or that criteria is that you will leave Canada at the end of the stay. Right? For example, if you're applying for a study visa, you must have to prove that you will leave Canada at the end of your study. If you're applying for a work permit, same principle, you will leave Canada at the end of the work or the termination period of the employment. And if you're applying for a visit visa, obviously you have to prove that you will leave Canada at the end of your authorized period of stay. So the fundamental principle of that is that as long as you're able to satisfy that principle, as long as you're able to prove that you will leave Canada, your visa has been granted. So for example, if you have got a visitor visa to Canada and if you have visited Canada in the past and have obviously left Canada on good records, and in the future, if you apply for a study visa to Canada, which is also a temporary resident visa, as I have said, definitely the possibility of getting that study permit from that satisfaction perspective is higher. If you apply for a work permit, same principle. If you have got a visitor visa, getting that work permit becomes relatively simpler as well, provided obviously all the other factors are being taken into consideration. So the baseline is that if you do not have one, it makes sense to apply for a Canadian visitor visa. Even if you do not have to come to Canada, even if you do not want to come to Canada in the future or maybe like whatever time, it still does make sense to have a Canadian visitor visa if you are at all interested to apply for a study permit. Immigration, in fact, if you want to apply for express entry now or maybe a couple of years down the line, or you want to apply for a work permit, getting a visitor visa is definitely one of the options that you can potentially consider. I hope this helps and I will see you in the next video. Bye guys.